as we talk about the NWRHA's initiative in celebrating International Breastfeeding Week. Joining us on set, we have member of the board of the NWRHA and midwife, Deborah Lewis. We also have nursing assistant, lactation trainer, Sharon George. And we also have Ms. Giselle Turner, breastfeeding coordinator and licensed midwife. Ladies, good morning and welcome.
Good morning, thank you.
So we understand that a lot is planned for this particular initiative as we celebrate International Breastfeeding Week 2018. What's on the agenda?
I'll ask. Okay, so what we have planned is, what we try to do is make our women more aware of the benefits and pleasures of breastfeeding. So what we do in the maternity department and Port in general, we put a nice little breastfeeding booth where it's filled with information, leaflets, and so informing our mothers about breastfeeding. And also on the last day of breastfeeding week, we do a little show. It's in the childbirth education classes, informing our women again about breastfeeding benefits.
Now, they've said that breast is best, and that is true in all aspects. Let's discuss that. Why is breast best?
Originally, breast milk is nature's first health plan. And we know this because that first milk that comes in, which is called colostrum, which is actually present from 20 weeks of pregnancy, has all the antibodies that will protect the infant against diseases until that infant can be vaccinated.
So how long is that period?
About 6 weeks.
Oh, 6 weeks.
Yes, 6 weeks it will cover until the infant is vaccinated at 6 weeks.
All right. How important is it to continue breastfeeding even beyond that 6 week period?
Well, you know, what we promote and what is recommended is exclusive breastfeeding, so not even water, until 6 months of age. And people, you know, you raise your eyebrows because that always gets some attention. And babies don't even need water when they're exclusively breastfed. So up to 6 months, and then at 6 months you start the introduction of solids. But you can continue breastfeeding even then. So at a year old, the child really should be eating just about everything. So then you can consider switching to other types of milk, but there really is absolutely no need for a baby to have formula.
Let's talk about the importance of breast milk at that stage, immunity, fighting away diseases and that sort of thing that may attack the child. How important is it?
Well, you know, breast milk is perfectly made for human babies, and we really shouldn't be giving them anything else unless it's necessary. There are situations where it is necessary, and so then, okay, but it boosts their immunity. It, you know, allows for the development of their brain cells. It's like a wonder food.
How long has the NWRHA been engaged in this sort of activities around this time?
Well, earlier on, we had some challenges, meaning that we weren't getting our mothers on board with the act of breastfeeding. But approximately about 10 years or more, we were trying, we were motivating mothers. But we started now in 2012 with a regeneration because of our breastfeeding rates being too low. So yeah, we persevered and we're on board. We're almost there.
So would you say that a lot more mothers are now breastfeeding?
Yes, because they are made now more aware of it.
Yes. Let's talk a little bit about some of the challenges that mothers still face. And I remember sharing this to Dr. Bratt, who was here, a pediatrician, just last week. There are mothers who would try to breastfeed their child and they would throw up, they would vomit. What do you do in a case like that?
All right, we need to look at what could have been the reason, because most babies that breastfeed, they do not vomit per se, they posset, which is a little bit just running out. Sometimes it could be because the baby was moved too quickly, and so it upsets the stomach a little bit, so you settle the baby. But generally, most breastfed babies do not vomit per se. It's just a little bit that may run out at the side of the mouth or maybe the nose sometimes.
I also heard of a mother saying that she did not breastfeed her child because she she was asthmatic and she thought the possibility exists, of course, being afraid and that sort of thing. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, that's where the importance of education really comes in. So what we put a lot of emphasis on at Northwest is educating the woman and her family throughout the pregnancy. So in the childbirth education classes that are offered, breastfeeding is really a very large component of that, where they learn about things like that, and positions and the benefits, advantages, that type of thing. And then the other thing that's really important is the support after they've had the baby. Mm-hmm. So at the birth, initiating the breastfeeding within the first hour is vital. And then the support after. So at Northwest, we've started a support group that Giselle or Sharon can tell you about, which is, you know, it's just amazing. The way that people, the other mothers themselves have also started contributing to the support.
Let's talk about that support group.
Our support group, the name of it is BLISS, BLISS, Breastfeeding Lifetime Investment. So simple. What we have realized, mothers do have challenges. We're not sugarcoating it, that it's just a matter of putting the breast in the baby's mouth. There's a technique, there's information that you need to know. So this support group is comprised mainly of mothers who are having challenges before. But because they're in the group now, they chat with each other and they realize they are not alone in their challenges. So we will go on the site when the mothers have they'll come up with a problem. So we'll come on and we'll interview them, see what is, they even come into our hospital, the lactation unit, and we do one-on-one counseling with them.
Right, so this is what the counseling session is all about.
Yes.
Are there instances where a mother can call and you would visit the home, or is it that the mother has to come?
More than ever, they have to come into us. But we have a number which they can call as well at the maternity department.
Yeah.
Or the support group number is BLISS 776-6850. But we prefer that mothers WhatsApp their concerns and call, because one administrator and she may be busy at the time. So what they do, they WhatsApp their concerns, and we get on board. The mothers in the group, they are so versed now that they even answer before us. Yes, and then any other further challenges, they are referred to us.
Let's talk a little bit about the long-term benefits of breastfeeding. It just does not stop at that 6-week or 6-month period. I understand it goes even way beyond. It even affects your IQ levels, correct?
That's right.
Yes. What research has shown is that infants that are breastfed usually have a generally higher IQ. They are more loving and compassionate and usually more healthy. We also would get the bonding with the mother. And this is very important because it carries you through the stages of life, whereby things like protection against diseases. For the mother, we have protection against a reduced risk in maternal diabetes, ovarian and endometrial cancers, breast cancers. These are things that we didn't know, and research is now showing these things for us.
All right. So let's get into some of the activities that you will have planned for this week. Well, it's from the 1st through to the 7th, and I understand the 8th of August is when you're actually having activities, correct?
Yes. So
what's on the agenda?
Well, we have, it starts at 1 to 2:30, about thereabouts. And what we do, we try to incorporate the children, especially those that have been exclusively breastfed and went up to like 2 years and more. So we're going to have a part where the children play an important role. So they will see how good these children are who have been breastfed. And also the lactation team, we have a little show. We do our things in songs, right? We usually have a skit. We're not having a skit this year. So we're doing our messages out in song. Yes.
What would have gone into putting this together?
A whole lot. A whole lot.
Still going on.
And it is something where we have realized that sometimes when we sing, persons tend to remember and the drama. So usually we would have like edu dramas, we'll have little competitions, we'll have award competition, so that we instill that team spirit in the maternity department. So International Breastfeeding Week is one where the whole maternity department is a buzz. Everyone is, I'm going to win this year. We are going to have charades. So I'm going to win this year.
That sounds like so much
I
fun.
think Sharon is being very modest because every year Sharon writes a composition around breastfeeding. And every year it's new, and she should be recording.
Oh, goodness.
That's wonderful. Now, during the break, we spoke about the baby-friendly environment. We spoke about employers actually creating that space for women who are lactating to ensure that they are comfortable enough. What are your thoughts on the efforts that we have made as a country in order to facilitate this?
Well, I think the Ministry of Health has mandated and is very supportive of all of the regional health authorities becoming baby-friendly. So there really is an active effort towards that. I think in our corporate world, we could still do a lot more. There are so many, and things that are perhaps not costly. You still hear stories of women having to express milk in the bathroom at work and that type of thing. And, you know, there should be a room provided. So there are several things that, you know, the business world could do that I think there's not enough effort being put on it. And then there's still also the challenge of breastfeeding in public, per se, that we face. And, you know, you see a lot of cartoons around it because, and it's not unique to Trinidad and Tobago, where women are shamed or embarrassed, you know, to breastfeed. But it's the only food that your child is getting. And there is a way to do it where you're covered. It's not as if you're exposed. So I think we have a lot of work to do still around breastfeeding and educating the public. But as I said, we're starting, you know, within each hospital and within each RHA and through the Breastfeeding Association. And I think there is an increased level of awareness, but still more to do.
A lot more to do.
Yes.
I also heard about the breast milk bank. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's an excellent initiative. Again, through the Ministry of Health, they've visited Brazil and seen theirs because they have, I think, the largest number of breast milk banks in the world. And so they've looked at that, and they are actively pursuing starting one here, which I believe will be at Port of Spain General Hospital.
Yes, what are your thoughts on that initiative?
Yes, that's very appreciative because there are women, for whatever reason, sometimes they're not comfortable with it and their production of milk may be low. So having a breast milk bank will now further encourage that mother to motivate them, okay, I can do this.
Yes, I saw you brought along.
Yes, our little baby.
Yes.
Name is Blissy. What we want mothers to appreciate and understand now, you know, a long time you say a baby cries, and they say, okay, we'll put the breast in the baby's mouth, but it's not just that. There's a technique that makes it easier that we didn't know about before. But, you know, with education now, realize there's a technique in putting the baby to the breast.
Okay, great. So I guess mothers, when they come out on that day, those things will be taught to them.
In song.
In song.
In song.
In song and drama.
Wonderful. Well, what are your closing comments at this time?
Oh, we would like to say that the NWRHA has opened the lactation management unit as of 4 years ago. We have the Bliss. We have literature that we have compiled and we disseminate to the mothers. We go to the health centers. We actually open the lactation management unit, a lactation room for staff at Port of Spain General Hospital. That was launched on Mother's Day. So our staff members who are lactating can come across and use the room.
Wonderful. That's an amazing initiative. What are your closing comments?
Yes, okay. We have a breastfeeding passport that was also launched recently for Mother's Day. And this passport, it's a little booklet showing mothers, it has all the information here, things like how to express milk, how to store the milk. Yes, the benefits of breastfeeding, things like that. And our WhatsApp group. So when mothers are discharged, we inform them that they can use the WhatsApp group for any challenges they may have, or they just come into us and we'll see to their challenges.
Yes. And your closing comments?
I just invite everyone to join us at our event tomorrow at 1 o'clock at Port of Spain General Hospital, or if there are other things taking place throughout the country, to just become active and become involved and share the information to support breastfeeding.
Wonderful. And just to remind our viewers and our listeners, that number to call to join that WhatsApp group is 776 6850.
Yes.
Wonderful. Ladies, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us.
And best of luck with this. Great job.
Yes, thank you.
I look forward to hearing that composition.
Okay.
Right, so we've been chatting with Ms. Deborah Lewis, Sharon George, and Giselle Turner, talking to us about initiatives of the NWRHA as they get ready to celebrate International Breastfeeding Week 2018.